Hey guys, it's Heather from Tomatoes, Poppies, and Everything Gardening. Maybe you can't even hear me because it is pouring rain. But I started with this French porch project today. I know it's like so loud you can't even hear me. And I wanted to get it done because we want to go to the pumpkin patch. And I told my family, no, I have to get the front porch done first. So I'm going to take you back in time, many, many hours. And we're going to start from the beginning, show you what I'm working with. And look, slowing down, and all the plants I'm working on. So today is all about container gardening, front porch redo. I'm not a big decorator, never have been really. My daughter loves to decorate though, so I'm gonna comply. I just like to stick pumpkins on the porch. That would be plenty good for me. So let's get busy. I've got a lot to share with you and some helpful container tips. Let me show you where I'm going to put the Creepin' Jenny. This came in like a clearance bundle. It had a couple other things in it. So I think what we're going to do, a little bit in this new container. I got these containers, they're solid ceramic on clearance for like $3.74 Kroger at end of season. So I've got a little bit of creeping Jenny, a pansy, exact same there, and then the rest we're going to put back in here. I'm going to replace the Vinca minor. Yes, it's evergreen, it's pretty, it does have flowers in the spring and summer, but it's pretty invasive and it is toxic to dogs, and I'm going to have to try to get it all out of the backyard too. So I'm going to pull that out and put the creeping Jenny there in the back. I think that'll look really pretty there. Creeping Jenny can be invasive too, but supposedly not toxic to dogs. And it does like a really moist environment, which this corner it is. And then that last little bit of the creeping Jenny I'm going to put in here with some more potty mix. You can see it was very root bound, and it's going to go up there with my front porch display. It's ready. I want to add one more corbel with the fern and the other corbel. So let's run around out back real quick. Mom's back. Gotta look for something. Right? Alright, come on, Tata. Just need one more corbel. And I'm going to take one of these that I dug up quite a while ago. I'll take this one. Perfect. Right, Tonto? Got a little bit ways to go before this is looking nice-ish. I think there's something going on with my fern. This is just a perennial fern that I planted from a bare root. This could just be a natural process because they do die back for winter. But maybe I have it buried just a bit too deep. So I want to raise it slightly and maybe add just a touch of berry tone. They only need slightly acidic, not real acidic soil. And maybe I'll also give it a little fish fertilizer. So I've got everything out of the container here, and you can see I've got rocks down there to keep the plants lifted. I also always put in mosquito bits to help control mosquito larvae. And looks like that little thing bit the dust. So I think we're just going to repot the fern, feed the corbel there, put that one, the creeping Jenny, and then I'm going to also put in one more. Alright guys, I'm going to keep working because I am on the porch and I'm not getting wet. But look at this super tunia. So I had this in this container, but I think I've had this same guy for like, I don't know, 2 years now. So I think I'm going to cut off half of the root ball and stick him in this pot and see if he can live another year. So while it's raining so hard and loud, I'm going to let these guys get some rainwater. Often they do not get water from the sky. Usually the type of water they get is when I come out here with some water that I'm recycling and I just dump it on them, the poor things. But I am going to give them each a little bit of fish fertilizer. So as soon as I can get off the porch, I'm going to pot up that green corbel, and then we'll have that pretty purple corbel or heuchera. We're going to lift that fern out, put fresh potty mix in the bottom and a little berry tone, just a touch. And then this planter was right there. You can see I've made a big mess. I'm going to leave the coleus until it dies with the first frost. I've got the Super Tunia Million Bell in there. That's like a zombie. It's been alive for 2 years. And then I think I'm going to plant some violas in there as well. Or I might wait until those coleus die. So I think it's going to look really pretty. So hopefully we can finish this project in just a few minutes. I need to get the water hose though so I can spray all this off. I've got this guy lifted. You can see the root ball. I mean, this is a new plant. I just started this from a bare root I guess, late spring, early summer. But it's grown a lot. I mean, I could even divide it. Ouch, I broke off some things here. But I'm not going to divide it until, I don't know, maybe next spring. We're just going to fix him up here for winter. And I think he'll be really happy. Okay, so we're closer to being done. So remember, I will put mosquito bits on this soil and also down in there. I will put quite a few mosquito bits. I just ordered some more because I'm out. I did put more rocks down in the container here at the bottom so that these plants are more lifted and more easily able to drain. I'm going to give each just a drop or two of this is a 322 liquid fertilizer. It does have fish emulsion in it. And I think they'll be happy and ready for fall and winter. And then we will divide that fern come spring because it'll be ready. None of these plants require heavy fertilization when they're in the ground in a setting where they can get nutrients from leaves decaying and so forth. But they're not. They're in these little pots. So I need to kind of supplement occasionally. Not a lot though, especially ferns. They don't need a lot. They do great in the woods with just decaying, branches, leaves. I think the creeping Jenny, that doesn't require a ton either. And then of course the heuchera, corbels, I never fertilize mine that are in the ground. But the ones in pots, occasionally I will give them just a little bit of food. Alright guys, I think this is ready. And I kind of think the fern looks creepy for Halloween. Kind of gives that effect. So I may put some kind of Halloween decoration in this planter later. Moving right along, see the black mondo grass? We are going to transplant him into this container, which is bigger. Put him right there at the top of the stairs. And I think he'll look really nice and spooky for Halloween. Before we can do that, I'm going to go get some native soil to put in the bottom of this pot because I love to add native soil, which has clay here in my area, to my pots to help retain moisture and add nutrient and probably some microbes too, maybe even worms. So we're gonna go look over here because I just dug a hole earlier today. You can see I transplanted these Gerber daisies. That's an experiment to see if they'll overwinter. They probably won't. Also this annual dahlia, same thing, just an experiment. But that's the hole I dug today. So I'm going to take some of that clay and put it in here. A few pieces of bark, and you can see the clay down in there. We're going to weed all this weed stuff out of this pot and then get that guy planted. And I will be adding some fresh potting mix as well. Gardening tip for container gardening. If you have a fisherman in your life or fisherwoman and they use worms, have them save their container waste when they're done with the worms, and you can use this just like you would use worms castings in your containers, and your plants will be very happy. Starting to get muddy and puddling. This is a lot of rain in a short time. Hopefully the plants are happy after this, but I feel like a lot of seeds that I've kind of put here and there are probably getting washed away. What I might do, you can hear the thunder above me, is take that begonia and put it in the garage where I'm overwintering some peppers and maybe a lemon verbena. And it'll be warm enough to keep it alive, but I don't know if it'd be humid enough. I don't know, I have to think about it. Alright guys, I did a little research, and evidently for begonias, they also have a tuber. Most varieties. Maybe not all, we'll see. And you can dry that out like the Caladium and replant it next year. So let's see. Maybe I have the variety that does not have a tuber. I do not feel anything. Okay. Well, just feel roots. Although feels a little bit. No, I'm going to soak this. I can see that there is a tuberous root here. Actually, it looks like I could divide it right now if I wanted to, but I'm not. unless I decide to dry this out. So I have two options. I can pot this up as an indoor house plant, but keep it on a high shelf away from my dog because it is toxic to pets. Or I could dry out these tubers and just replant come next, late spring, early summer. So I don't know what I want to do yet. I have to think about it and go see if I even have space for a house plant that I can keep out of Tonto's reach. Maybe not. So I'm going to put this off to the side, and then we're going to finish up the video. So this is where I put the Madagascar periwinkle that was in that one container with the creeping Jenny. You can see how the roots, well, not the roots, the stems are really long because it wasn't getting enough light. So that's a temporary thing. That most likely will die with the frost, but wouldn't it be awesome if it could overwinter in the ground? Doubt it, but that would be a fun experiment. So here we are with the front porch. I moved this plant and the wild marjoram that's in there to this little corner now. Used to be on the steps, and now there's like nothing. So I'm ready for pumpkins. We do have this one pot here with the black mondo grass. I'm gonna pop a few violas, 2 or 3 in there when I go buy them. I don't have any right now, but he already looks so much happier. And we've got our coleus there in the corner. We will put a couple violas in there as well. And then our container here on the front porch. I know it looks rough, but come, late spring, it's gonna look beautiful. Yeah, so I even updated my little door sign here. That's all. Talk to you soon, guys. So stay tuned for my garden tour reveal of the front porch and the walkway redo. I think you'll be really surprised at all the work I've been doing. And it's crooked. Talk to you soon. Bye.